Hi, it's Monday night, the 20th of April, and day 111 of Living the Dream while on my journey to alignment of all three of my minds. Before I jump right into recording my video journal entry tonight, I wanted to mention that last Friday night I said I'd order 4 new legs for my credenza because I wanted it to stand a little higher. Well, as you can see, they got here early this afternoon, and so my brother and I changed them out. They came really fast, didn't they? Man, I'm so excited. Now, I can get back to my journal. Last night I wrote down my power statement for today, and here's what it said. I want to start recording lesson 10 and do some of the tasks I put on my list that I talked about earlier. That way I can feel like I'm getting more than just a lesson done each day. Okay, so look at this. It's great. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, there you go. I not only got started on recording lesson 10 segments today, I was able to get almost all of the segments recorded, and in addition to that, I also got several additional tasks of a lesser importance done as well. So, here's my to-do list that I had. You can see that highlighted one for Monday. Check the emails, check the accounts, go and make the deposits for Darn's rent, and deposit that over into America First, and check on Xfinity and Allstate and several bills. Got that done. Bam, love it. As you can see, I had just the one highlighted task, which was the most important task that I wanted to get done today. And like I said, I got the segments recorded, most of them for lesson 10. So, bam, done. Next is Croy's Get Honest With Yourself questions. What didn't go well today, Marty, or what could you have done better today? Did you wake up early and strong? Check. Did you start your morning with power? Check. Were you productive throughout the day? Got that from the portal of my mind with the world of the physical. Several of those segments done. Did you get the most important things done? Yes, I did. Did you move your goals forward? Yep. Did you show up as the person you wanted to from 6 in the morning all day long? I was right here doing what I needed to do, doing what I wanted to do, doing what I said I would do. What about your personal time with Kathleen? Were you present? We even had a wonderful evening together. Now combine all these questions together as one big question. Were you honest with yourself about today's task, Marty? In other words, did you keep your commitments you made to yourself today? Well, after following this routine for several months now, I'm finding that I really like having to answer that question. I've come to believe that accountability is a very powerful principle. I've always known that, but I'm really feeling it right now. Being accountable to yourself is the most important thing you can do for yourself, and that's because it's one of the most empowering principles when you're honest with yourself and keep the promise you make to yourself and keep those promises. It helps your confidence to wax strong in the presence of others. Anyway, the next thing that Croy asked me is to answer this. What's the one thing out of all the things you did today, Marty, that you know you could improve on going forward? In other words, did you have or did you experience any failure today? And if so, was it something you can turn into a tool of success going forward? Well, today I found myself feeling a little bit stressed while working on recording the various segments that make up Lesson 10, Craft Your Business Story. And that's because what I wrote for it didn't seem to have the same quality that all of the previous lessons have had. And so I spent the morning rewriting it, and because I did, I ran out of time at the end of the day and wasn't able to finish recording all the lesson segments. But I immediately replaced the negative thoughts I felt that were coming on to me with thoughts of excitement and satisfaction because I told myself that I was going to have one more lesson finished before the week is finished. That's the thing I focused on, and that got me excited and removed the stress. Managing our thoughts is so important because it helps generate energy and power and defines how you show up for the day. I'm always doing thought work, is what I call it, throughout the day so that I think the kind of thoughts that serve me and serve me well and inject newfound energy into my mind. And that allows me to be strong and to stay strong and then end the day strong. So the tool of success that I can employ when I feel stress coming on and trying to get in its negative energies foot into the door of my mind is to do my thought work. And that energizes me so that I'm able to stay focused and feel empowered for the rest of the afternoon. And it helps me end the day strong too. Period. The next question is, what's the biggest success you had today, Marty? Well, my biggest success that I had was definitely my thought work. Next, Croy asks is, what's the one thing you did today that made you feel successful? As I came down the stairs from my office tonight and went to sit down and relax after a busy, long day of work, I began to reflect on what I actually got done today, and in particular, how fast the day went. I have to say that when my days go zoom fast like today, it's usually because I'm having fun and enjoying doing what I'm doing. And today was no different. I really enjoyed my day today. And in fact, my recordings for Lesson 10, which is the ones I got started on, were my best recordings yet. And that really makes me feel successful. The next question is, what movies did you watch in your mind today, Marty? Did you make time for them? Well, besides my 5 favorites, which everyone knows what they are by now, I'm still having brand new movie clips or trailers of future coaching calls with people I've never even seen before. I find it so fascinating that my mind can imagine and conjure up short movies like this, cast them with people I've never even met, and it seems like I'm watching the real thing right in my head. It's so incredible to me. I love it. I hope they'll keep coming as they're coming to me every night because they're helping me with my putting together my coaching in my mind and the kind of feelings I want to have and the thoughts I want to express. And I'm becoming more and more confident that I'm going to have a really successful launch of my Living the Dream coaching campaign. It's so exciting. Corey then asked, rate your day. Well, I gave today a 9 because I thought I had wanted to, and therefore I did get some lesser details done today besides those recordings. So I really did record Lesson 10 segments at the speed of 9 and still got some other things done. So that's what I think is great. The next question is, if this was the only thing you get done tomorrow, but you still would feel like a success, what would that one thing be? And put it into a power statement for tomorrow. Well, here's what I wrote for tomorrow's power statement. I will finish recording the rest of Lesson 10 segments and get a few more of my back burner tasks done and checked off. Bam, done. Once those segments are recorded, I can start building them out. And by the time Saturday ends up finishing up, I will have another lesson done. Come Monday, I'll be able to start recording Lesson 11. I'll be able to start Lesson 11 recordings and maybe even get them done quickly and continue on that I get so close to getting all these lessons recorded and built out and done. Wow. Okay, let's end the day strong. Here's what I'm grateful for today. First of all, I'm grateful for my new credenza right back there. I'm going to scoot to the side and let you look at that for a second. Yeah, that's so great. When it's all said and done, the laws of attraction and manifestation always work. Whether you're doing those things that attract negative, difficult, frustrating circumstances, or physical things that come from a mentality of lack, or you work to attract positive, motivating, exciting circumstances, or physical things from a mentality of abundance, the fact is, you and I are always confirming these laws, positively or negatively. We never break them. We don't break the law of the gravity, we confirm it. If we were on that roof and we dove off the roof down 15 feet, we wouldn't float off and break that law. We'd confirm it. And that's what I'm talking about, the law of abundance and lack and attraction and manifestation. We confirm these laws by how we think. Knowing this to be true, I decided to work as hard as I can to engage them from a mindset of abundance. And the way this credenza came into my world of the physical is a perfect example of my confirming the law of attraction using a positive abundance mentality. Period. Next, I'm grateful for the law of maturity. At the beginning of this century, a man named Stanford Binet made a study of the fact that all people do not mature at the same rate. He discovered that at a certain chronological age, the normal child can and should be expected to do certain things. If at that age the child is still unable to do the expected things, he is termed immature. That is, he is younger on the mental scale of growth than he is on the scale of physical growth. In other words, if he can do more than normal, his mental age is advanced. Binet invented the intelligent quotient, which is a table by which you measure mental age. Later, psychologists extended their explorations into the emotional and social areas of the individual's life. Here too was discovered the chronological age is not always the correct basis for measuring maturity. A man of 30, for example, may be on the emotional or social level of the average 15-year-old, and I've met a few of those folks. Chronologically, he is an adult, but his emotional reactions are still the characteristic of an adolescent. A girl of 10 may have a sense of responsibility and steadiness of purpose that normally go with a 20-year-old. Know that not all adults are adult. Many who grown up on the outside may be childish on the inside. A man of 25 may have the self-centered outlook of a 5-year-old, while a youth of 15 may be more manly than his grandfather. The difficulty a person has when he or she remains immature emotionally is that he or she cannot use her or his highly developed intellect effectively in other fields. They are held back because of neurotic fears, prejudices, fanaticisms, and unreasonable hates. If they have emotional roadblocks that have prevented them from reaching emotional maturity, it is impossible for them to fully utilize those aspects of their personality that are developed. The forms that adult childishness takes are almost infinite in number, and they don't only exist in those unfortunates who have to be confined to institutions. One of the difficulties about this situation is that in grown-up child minds, immaturities are almost invariably disguised from the individuals themselves. Such immaturities indicate that the adult is still trying to work out his or her problems by childish means. And some individuals at 40 are still getting their way by using methods common in young children. Have you met a few of those folks? It has been said that where there is no vision, the people perish. But we might add that where there is no immaturity, there is no vision. Where there is no maturity, there is no vision. That's so strong. Many of the evils of our lives come not from any deep-seated evil within us, but from an ungrown-up responses to life. The most dangerous members of our society are those adults whose powers and influence are mature, but whose motives and responses are infantile. The law of maturity says maturity is one area of our lives promotes maturity in other areas, while immaturity in one area promotes immaturity in other areas. Knowledge alone is not enough to save us from confusion and failure. It is most effective only when it is held in a group with other powers. To help us gain increased self-confidence through the experience of solving problems correctly, we must have all these powers and abilities growing together towards maturity. I want to become mature in my thinking, in my emotions, in my relationships with others, and so do you. The law of maturity. Lastly, I'm grateful for the principle of success that says setting a goal is not the main thing. It is deciding how you will go about achieving it and then staying with that plan. The key is discipline. Without it, there is no morale. That's a thought by Tom Landry, the past head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. I love that coach as I grew up and watched him. Many quarterbacks that he had were fantastic and followed him as a leader. He was a classy man and a fantastic motivator of men. Anyway, so ends another day of living the dream. Yippee, as they say. You know what I'm going to say. I'll be right back here, boom, 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 at this same place, at this same time, recording my day's journey to alignment while living the dream. Until we meet again, I wish you continued success. Good night.